everybody? It is fantasy. Oh, no. It's bracket bitches, baby. It's bracket time. That is right. Happy New Year, everybody who haven't got to agree. Happy New Year, Josh.
Thank you. Happy New Year, sir.
Hopefully your 2026 is starting off well, and not being like mine, which is kind of like a 2020 shit.
Yeah.
Or a 2020 bitch. One of the two.
The year's young.
Yeah, the year is young. And so are a lot of these players playing tonight. That is the college football playoff national championships. I feel like they need to add more words to the title to make it better.
Of the world-ish.
Yeah. Of the world under 24 years old. Oh, no, that would eliminate Tvshka. My bad. But no, that is going on kind of. It's 10-0 halftime. Really just, I said like earlier, like a slobber knocker, but just kind of in the lowest of senses. Not a whole lot of points. Quick response on why Indiana is going to win this.
Well, Indiana is so predictable on offense that they just can't move the ball. They had a shot there to kick a field goal, missed that. So unless they make halftime adjustments, which is Mario Cristobal, it's an uphill climb. It's an uphill climb for Miami because they can't establish the run or they're too predictable with the run. So it's kind of like they're kind of like the Philadelphia Eagles in the fact that they've got really solid lines, but when you know what they're running, it's easier to scheme around. That's what's going on right now. But they are getting to Mendoza. They are hitting him left, right, center, and sideways. And they're making him bleed.
Much to the dismay of Indiana fans. Did look like a little bit of a cheap shot, maybe with the crown of the helmet hitting the chin. But that's college football, man. And the Big 12 referee team is officiating. So take it what you will. But just from being a Big 12 fan when Oklahoma was in there, they're not the best, man. They do a lot of the makeup penalties where they don't really call a whole lot of things. And it's like, oh, shit, we have to call that one. Okay, well, since we called that one or since we got that one wrong, we're going to give you one that's equally worse or good. So,
right.
But it's a good fun. But, hey, they're still in college. They're not in the NFL yet, baby. But you know what? Who is? Good God. Josh Allen. At least for a little bit longer. Hopefully, he doesn't quit. With tears in his eyes, he got the press conference after their loss to the Denver Broncos, which went into overtime. Honestly, it was a pretty exhilarating game. I was actually trying to work up there at the casino and hotel. And, whenever the last 5 minutes, I had to just sit there and watch. But anyways, any takeaways from this matchup?
I'd say this game and the Bears game were probably the two best.
Oh yeah.
Bo Nix probably was the best quarterback performance. He let it on the field. Even just don't kneel the ball, guys. Apparently, and you won't break your foot. Because apparently that was the player that did it. But you've got C.J. Stroud, dud. Josh Allen, dud. Because he started out as a dud, then was a stud, and then was a dud again.
I like that.
Caleb Williams is he couldn't get out of his. Why he threw that ball, I do not know. All you had to give was 15 more yards, and you were in field goal range, and you could kick the field goal. Stafford was fine. I don't think Sam Darnold could feel his leg from everything they shot him up with, but he really didn't need to do much. The game was over as soon as Raheed Shaheed ran the kickoff back. But,
that's all I needed.
Yeah, I know you asked me one question. I went through the whole games like I typically do. I'm just trying to get the cobweb, I'm trying to get back on the bike here, people. So sometimes my brain just keeps going and my mouth follows. All right.
Yeah. No. Hey, hello there. What's going on, Brandon Marr? Hopefully you're having a great 2026, bud. Cheers and best wishes to you and your family in this year. And cheers and best wishes to the Broncos and Bills. because even though the Broncos did win 33-30 in overtime, they also lost their quarterback for the remaining of the season, which is really just 2 more games. But yeah, like you said, it did look like it was kind of almost like a little bit of a non-contact. There was one where he kind of ran to the side and I believe dropped it in the Discord, but the doctor was kind of breaking down that injury itself and kind of what that could look like. But yeah, I believe tomorrow he is getting the surgery done, and Stidham will be filling in for him. Yeah. Again, playing against his former team, the New England Patriots. So we'll see. I mean, the Broncos defense, I mean, to me, really is the gem, regardless on this team. But for the Bills, they lost so bad that they actually lost their head coach. And their GM got promoted to president of football operations. So who knows what that looks like for that GM position, if he can vacate it, if he's going to still try to reside over that and kind of double duty. But we'll get more on the coaches later on because that's just the latest addition in the carousel. Other than some hirings, Chiefs got an offensive coordinator, but we'll talk about that. But for the Buffalo Bills, yeah, I mean, you cannot, and I wish I labeled these a little bit better, but we really can't go on without talking about the big guys getting some scores. And here we go. Yeah, I think we can still talk. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did, notify or, kind of claim that he was an eligible receiver and still scored. But yeah.
I would love to know the odds on anytime touchdown for him, much less, hey, you dynasty owners out there, he'll be on waivers.
Pick him up.
Pick him up, man.
Yeah. And and that was Rousseau. I believe that's how you say his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that's not the one.
I don't know his name.
Crum. F. Crum. It was a 7-yard touchdown. There we go.
All right. I'm just going along with you. I didn't know who scored it, like his actual name, so my apologies.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's one of the linemen. Looked like about 350. About maybe 400 pounds. Yeah, about 350. But yeah, I mean, it was a phenomenal match. A lot of turnovers from Allen. He did get 283 yards and 3 touchdowns, but he also had 2 interceptions, and I believe he had 2 fumbles as well. But then Bo Nix, like you said, I mean, 29 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. But Marvin Mims stepped up in the absence of some key wide receivers, getting 93 yards and 1 touchdown. And Dalton Kincaid, hey, maybe now's the time we trade him because this might be the best it gets. Getting 83 yards and 1 touchdown. But James Cook, he's the belle of the ball, getting 24 carries and 117 yards.
James Cook was great all season.
Really was.
For a guy that held out on his contract, typically that doesn't work out for production. And he was the rushing leader for the year. 4th in yards per carry. I think Derek, I looked it up the other day, but I can't think. Devon Achane was number 1 in yards per carry. But James Cook was 4th. And it took him forever to realize that you do have a running back on your team that's good. Because it used to be Josh Allen for the past 4 years. So that's why people just stayed away from him. But James Cook was pretty good last year, and he was all world this year. So shout out to James Cook. Obviously in a losing effort, but I got to call a spade a spade. It's Josh Allen's fault.
Yep.
It's just, and it's not just the fact of he had that stupid fumble right before half that he really shouldn't have done.
Yep.
But
he was trying to lateral it. It was weird.
Yeah, and then you had 2 times there to basically win the game in the 4th quarter. One, he threw the ball at Khalil Shakir's feet. Who knows if he would have taken that to the end zone because they kind of stopped because they knew it was incomplete. But then there was one where he had the guy and he just underthrew him. So there's a couple of times where Josh Allen had multiple. He put himself in a hole, dug himself out of it, and then just kept burying himself again.
Yeah, sorry. All right, we're sorry, GIF. Can't be better.
Sorry.
Yeah, Cook was phenomenal this year. Okay, yeah, good grammar.
Yeah,
Good
Cook
Lord.
Wafanabado.
Yeah, go back to 3rd grade. Yeah, so who's going to be the Bills' new coach? Yeah, right. I mean, what happens to Joe Brady, right? Offensive coordinator. Does he go with McDermott? Does Mike McDaniel get a head coaching opportunity? There's a lot of options. We'll get into that later in its own kind of separate segment. But yeah, anything else on this, and as far as specifically this game, but also while you're thinking of that for your running back of the year, as far as the regular season, James Cook 1,621 yards, Derrick Henry 1,595, Jonathan Taylor 1,585. He would have been the clear running back of the year if they just kept it up. If Daniel Jones probably didn't get hurt. And I think maybe even some of the line got hurt, but injuries at the end really kind of dampened what was a remarkable season. Really on pace to break 2,000. Bijan Robinson was 1,478, and then Devon Achane was 1,350. Yeah, but yeah, man. Anything else from this game that really kind of the big takeaways?
No, not really. Like but you just kind of like both teams just. That interception to me was an interception. Like if it was a catch or an interception, yeah. I was leaning towards he really never possessed the ball, and for the guy took it out of his hands. Typically, the tie goes to the runner, but because they called it an interception on the field, there was no clear evidence to overturn it. So to me, they got the call right. To me, it shouldn't have came down to that. But to me, they got the call right as far as controversy. But yeah. Nick Wright did say today.
Oh, not that one. Oh. Sorry, I was trying to find it. For some reason, I'll upload it. But yeah, go ahead, Nick Wright.
Yeah, but Nick Wright was even saying today, well-known Josh Allen Lamar hater. It's what he is. He's gonna. Oh, yeah. Hey, people always say it's Burrow, Mahomes, Lamar, and Allen. And of course, he's gonna support Mahomes. So I understand that. So he's always got to do the counter argument to those 3 other guys for that. And but he was saying that you don't blame the refs. You turned the ball over 4 times at least beforehand. So number one. Also, you had shots to win the game. And 2 years ago, you didn't like the overtime rules, so the refs changed it. Mm-hmm. Last year, you could not. I don't care. You couldn't tush push worth of shit last year.
Yeah, everybody was trying to get that one down.
Yeah. You couldn't tush push worth of crap last year, and they said that they got the first down, they didn't get the first down. Yes, it was a controversial call, but you had multiple chances, and you turned the ball over. You gave the ball to the other team 4 different times, at least. It was 5 turnovers, sparring that one was controversial, but. Still, you had 4 other times, and if it wasn't for, we'll get to the other game because other quarterbacks kept giving the ball to the other team. But if you gave the ball, Bo Nix was still throwing interceptions and fumbling the ball and all that other stuff, which let the Bills back in the game. But
it was definitely back and forth affair with the defense. But here is the interception in question, and caught it, falls, but did he have possession truly? It's a bang play.
Yeah.
And the defender had the ball at the end.
They called whatever they called on the field was going to stand one way or the other.
Yeah.
And they called an interception.
Yeah. Yeah, which is why I've said it before, but just whenever it's that close, just don't make a call. Or, just don't have so much weight on the call that's made on the field. Because if it is wrong and you have evidence, video evidence that kind of shows it, and then they just, it could go either way, then they're going to side with what the field call was. Just don't call it. And then that way you have to go to the tape and you have to make a decision based on the evidence that is presented and in high quality and in slow motion. Yeah. But speaking of slow motion, good Lord, we're getting a little bit of action here with Indiana and Miami. Mendoza was actually sacked a little bit ago, but the running back just got a first down there. But yeah, so back to NFL. So that was the early afternoon game there on Saturday. The evening game, good Lord. I mean, an absolute blowout. The San Francisco 49ers, the injury-riddled 49ers, limping into Seattle to play the Seahawks. They fall short, very short, 41-6. And, much like you have said, the first play, not even from really line of scrimmage, but the first play was the kickoff, ran back by my boy Rashid Shaheed, who I really liked there in New Orleans. And good Lord, I mean, it was brutal. And if I can find the right one, we'll play it for you. There we go.
And he's gone.
Yeah, can't even see him at all.
No.
But yeah.
And that's it.
I mean, but here's the thing right here. What are you trying to do, you little bitch? What are you trying to do? Trying to slide tackle? You soccer person?
Right.
Yeah, you little footy. Which I do believe that was the penalty that was thrown on that play. You can't do that. But Shaheed, I mean, starting it off right, and I mean, offense, defense, and special teams just firing on all cylinders that game for them. And with that win, that 41-6 win, they do go on to play another divisional opponent, which we'll get to here soon. But kind of for the tell of the tape, I mean, Brock Purdy, 140 yards, 1 interception. Sam Darnold, 124 yards, 1 touchdown. But I mean, Kenneth Walker, 116 yards and 3 touchdowns. Absolutely incredible.
This was a name your score game.
Mm-hmm.
Just name your score.
This one really helped out my total. So if you guys did a bracket, you had to put your point total at the end of the aggregate of all the games, how many points was going to be scored. And I believe mine was like 360 or 340 or something like that. But I think yours was 300. But this game definitely helped out because some of the other ones did not. But yeah, man, I mean, as far as this game, kind of what really stood out to you. I mean, Kenneth Walker getting the work, Charbonnet, not as much, but
he tore his ACL.
Yeah. Oh, did he do that early in the game or?
I think so. They just said that Charbonnet's out for the year. And I was kind of watching the game off and on because it was such a blowout. Yeah. So I was kind of halfway paid attention to it.
Yeah. Same here. I was playing Little Armor with the guys, and one of the buddies was a Seattle Seahawks fan. So just kind of enjoying the happy ride with him since my team's not in the playoffs.
Yeah, but Seattle, I mean, like Giff said, Seattle's tough at home. I mean, they just are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That being said, San Francisco was on a couple of teeth, a couple of toes, and a left eye worth of their body parts. Just the fact that they were able to get this far shows you just how well that organization is coached and run. For the fact that they were able to do this with such a lack of depth.
Yep. And also how good Christian McCaffrey is.
That too. That helps. But yeah, there's really not much to say about a blowout. Like one team just came out, ran the kickoff back, and put their foot on their throat, and you never saw the rest of San Francisco ever again. Yeah,
but there was an earthquake, not a beastquake this time. It was a Shaheed quake. So that opening run actually did register on the list as an earthquake. I'm not sure exactly what the magnitude was, but yeah, Buddy kind of talked about that. And the last time that happened was whenever Marshawn Lynch broke off one of the big runs and thus named Beastquake for that. But yeah, it was a mini earthquake. Trying to find what the registry was for it. Yeah, they're not really giving the hard science of it. It's a stupid article, but yeah, congrats to Seattle. I know we'll get to the picks later on, but quite a bit of people, including myself, picked the Seahawks. My bracket just doesn't count because it was the second one I filled out, not the first one. And I get it. Rules are rules. But if I had my choice, I would have picked that second one. God dang it. But you guys will find out soon. Anything else from this game before
No, I wish I had more. I can typically sit there and ramble on about a game, but there was really nothing to talk about. One team came out and just kicked the dog shit out of the other one, and we called it a day.
Yeah, and the AFC also had a game like that in their early afternoon game on Sunday, as the Houstons traveled to New England. And it could have been a blizzard, but it was just a rainy mess. And CJ Stroud said, "Hey, Josh Allen, hold my beer because I'm going to throw 4 interceptions." And so he got 212 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions, I believe a fumble as well because he had
Woody Marks.
Yeah, Woody Marks did that himself. Drake May, though, 179 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Ramondre Stevens had 70 yards. Kayshon Boutte had 75 yards. Also had a phenomenal catch in that game as well. But
Boutte rocking everywhere. It's on our fantasy F around.
Oh my God, I know, right? Yeah. It's such a great drop. But the Houston Texans dropped. They dropped the ball. They turned it over numerous times back to back, and they end up losing 16-28. Really, the Patriots should have ran away with this. I think weather was kind of a big factor of this, regardless. For the turnovers, I mean, the Patriots are, have a great defense, great defensive-minded coach in Vrabel. But yeah, I mean, when it's raining that much and the ball's that wet, holy crap! Miami looks like it scored. Looks like maybe a 10-7 game here soon enough.
We got a ball game, folks.
Yeah, as long as we don't got laundry. Haven't seen or heard anything about that yet.
Any laundry? Shout out to Tom Grossi.
Laundry.
We got laundry.
But wait. Yeah. Shout out. He's gonna be getting $1 million here soon enough. Guys.
Yeah, he will be.
Yeah, excited for him in that.
Tom Grossi, if you ever want to raid this channel, we are totally down. Totally down. You want to raid this channel?
Yeah, as soon as we find out how to raid people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the Patriots raided the Texans' hopes and dreams. I don't know if Stroud cried like he did whenever Nico Collins got injured a couple of years ago, but yeah, I mean that's a rough one for them and DeMarco Ryan. But the Patriots, man, they look good, and they're gonna be storming in to Denver, playing on their turf, but also against a backup quarterback who hasn't really taken a snap all year. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting matchup. But anything else for the Texans and the Patriots? Man, that kind of caught your eye.
This game was depressing.
Yeah,
because for 2 reasons. One, why are you the way you are, CJ Stroud, and ruining that excellent defense that you have on that side of the ball? That defense is poetry in motion of a defense, and you go out there and just kept trying to test them, and they can't sit there and do it the whole thing. They're not the Ray Lewis Baltimore Ravens. They're not the 85 Bears, but they're a damn good ass defense. They're fun to watch. But if you can't get out of your own damn way, it's kind of tough to win a football game. The other thing that pissed me off is the Patriots. It's not supposed to happen this quick. I saw a stat today that this is for the 15th straight season, either the Patriots or the Chiefs have played the AFC Championship game. Yep. So just when you thought we had parity, no, we don't. Same old shit, different day. And it's just the Texans had the defense. All you had to do was just be competent, and they weren't even that on offense.
No, they really weren't as much. And again, you can kind of blame the weather on that, but I tell you what, though, I mean, you see a couple of these catches on defense and offense from the Patriots, and weather be damned, they were going to win this game. Here, I believe this is the defensive one. Yeah. Quick bang, bang. Okay, what happened there? Foot and knee, like right at the edge. Yeah. I mean, absolutely incredible. And then this Kayshon Boutte touchdown catch. Woo-wee! Sheesh.
Yeah, this was that's
so sick.
And
look at that rain. I mean, look at that downpour. Looks like it's actually kind of turned into little flurries right there, actually, which is a little bit better.
If that was Des Bryant, they would have said it was incomplete. I don't care. Still salty about it, and I'm gonna keep salting the shit like it's the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong on that. Oh, here we go. Yeah, if Mills gets put in the game, does Houston win? I don't know. They didn't look too bad with Mills.
Jim. I don't know.
Yep, General Mills didn't look too bad.
The world may never know.
Yes, Mabry preach. Yeah, definitely, man. But yeah, so they do go on to play the Broncos. So congrats to the Pats. Also, fuck you. We all hate you right now. But the game, I don't know. I feel like this was the game of the weekend. Merely just for the fact that it was highly contested, back and forth. But man, I mean, that fourth quarter, that last 2 minutes was absolutely incredible. But talking about Los Angeles Rams going into the Bears den, and they're in Chicago and robbing Mama Bear of the Cubs, because they actually win 20-17 and get a low scoring affair. But Matthew Stafford getting 258 passing yards, no TDs. Caleb Williams, 257 yards, 2 touchdowns, but also 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
Kyron Williams, 87 yards, 2 touchdowns. DeAndre Swift, 76 yards. Puka Nacua really didn't do a whole lot, but there was also some weather permitted here, getting 56 yards. And then Colston Loveland, proving to be very valuable to them, as well as Cole Kmet. But yeah, man. Yeah, what are your thoughts on this one?
Oh my gosh, Ben Johnson knows how to work his tight ends. When did that happen?
Yeah,
who knew? No, just golf clap for the Bears this season.
Yeah.
Golf clap for the Bears. Caleb Williams, you have arrived.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Johnson, you are a solid coach. And Brian Poles, just don't screw it up. After a year. Now, that being said, will Ben Johnson have a sophomore slump because people now have a little more game tape on him? I don't think so, because he's able to. You don't keep coming back, time and time again. Are they going to freaking bust? Okay.
Time and time again, time after time.
I don't know. Shout out to Lauper. But yeah, no, the Bears, Caleb Williams, I did not believe in him at all. And in the beginning of the season, I did not believe in him at all. How they were able to turn that defense to make it competent, I still don't know how they did that. So this coaching staff coached their bleeping ass off. And I think it's going to be between Ben Johnson and Vrabel, but I think Vrabel's probably going to take Coach of the Year, the way it's all going. But it's either Ben Johnson or Mike Vrabel to me this year for Coach of the Year. That being said, they might dick around and give it to Sean Payton or Mike. Do you realize that it's Mike versus Sean and Mike versus Sean in both matchups?
Right? Yeah, I did not know that. Great. Love that for them. But even though his name is Swift, sometimes he's not so swift. And this is our boy DeAndre. Run. Oh, look.
You are not Lamar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sir, see? You see that gif? You see what he did? You see that shit? You see how hard it is?
Not bad for a running back.
Yeah, whatever.
But I mean, the Rams, I'm even watching this game, buddy who's a Seahawks fan, he wanted the Bears to win. He would have much rather have faced fourth quarter Caleb Williams than the Los Angeles Rams and the Rams be playing in a dome. So weather is not much of an issue in there. But yeah, no. So for Caleb Williams, I believe that this was the 8th game that whenever trailing in the fourth quarter, he kind of engineered a comeback this year. Unfortunately, this one did not result in a win like the previous 7, but it did result into getting into overtime and making a valiant effort of it before throwing an interception. But man, I tell you what, I mean, he's definitely going to be one of the top wide receivers to pick up next year. And we're not talking about Puka Nacua. We're talking about our old boy, Devontae Adams, man.
Yeah,
Still got it.
That was a dime by Stafford, too.
Oh, it was. Oh, yeah. I mean, right at the fingertips of both of the defender and the receiver. And then that toe drag swag.
Yeah.
But none of those plays compare to possibly the play of the playoffs. Was the final touchdown in regulation. Williams running back about 40 yards to throw it in the end zone to Cole Kmet. Who did he push off? Maybe, maybe not. I haven't seen the camera angles that showed it, but yeah. But
they were both locked arms, like fighting, and then Cole Kmet just won that battle. That's what happened.
Yeah.
So
whenever the play happened, I was like, that looked kind of weird. The guy's stumbling away from the ball.
it's because they were both fighting with each other, and
that's playoff ball.
You can't. You're not going to call that. Like, it's one thing if, like, the guy's sitting there trying to run with them and then he pushes him off. No, they were both engaged. They were both, like, holding each other. And Cole Kmet he did push off in a sense, but it's not one of those push-offs you call. It's just two dudes battling and one guy won out the battle, which was Cole Kmet. That being said, how Caleb Williams was able to get that much on that ball.
Yeah. I mean, literally running back, like, straight back 15 yards. Just to get his feet set. I mean, you want to talk about mechanics and, some of the plays where he's not set, kind of like Mahomes and, some of the new age quarterbacks as well, doing these sidearm throws, off foots, everything of that nature. I mean, he legit knew what he wanted to do and ran 15 yards straight back to get enough distance to where he could set his feet and give that ball everything he had. Give it everything you got.
Everything.
And, and he did it, and it worked. And Cole Kmet is going to be living in Bear fandom, as legend status, kind of with that. Would have been better if they would have won, at least for the city of Chicago. But, I mean, we gave them the golf clap. But, I mean, nothing to hold their head, down. Hold your head high, right? Maybe they just need that Jags reporter to go to, Ben Johnson, give him the same pep talk because incredible season for these first-year coaches. Incredible season for young quarterbacks and and these some rookie and receivers, tight ends. But the Rams do march on, and we'll be playing the Seattle Seahawks. And really, I think that's going to be the Super Bowl. Whoever wins that, and that's where honestly we got a lot of people that was kind of a little bit split on that. So, I mean, we'll go to Gifts since he's in the chat. Gifts picks. Oh, that red. What'd you do, you son of a gun? No, I mean, it's so hard to call these because of the parity, like you mentioned before with the NFL. But no, I mean, he does have, he had Houston over Buffalo in the AFC Championship. Unfortunately, he's not going to get that. But he does have the Rams and the Seahawks in that NFC Championship. Rams going on. That could possibly be the difference. Except I had Jackson over Denver. So I did have Denver going into the AFC Championship and the Seahawks playing the Rams and the Rams over. Actually, I had the Rams over Chicago. I don't like the way they organize this, by the way.
No, it's terrible.
It's misleading as heck. But I had the Bears winning. So I really wanted them for this bracket. But jumping back to some of the other ones, though, Ryan has the Seahawks to win. He had Houston actually get into the mix, right? So, picked Houston to beat the Steelers, but then also had Houston beating the Broncos. And unfortunately, they played the Patriots and ran into that buzzsaw. And but he does have Seattle playing the Rams. Or no, he had Seattle over Philly, sorry. And so, that a big hit on that bracket, which was a lot of people's brackets, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the reigning Super Bowl champions not even getting out of the wild card round against the injury-riddled 49ers. But he does have Seattle going all the way, and he is the only one that does have that right now. Because Jason has the Bills. He has Buffalo over New England. So he can't do that because since the Broncos beat him. But he does have the Rams defeating San Francisco. So he could still get some points there.
Possibly. He needs can he get Go back.
I don't think he can.
No, he can't get any more points. He's done.
Yeah, because I mean, he can get the Rams winning.
No, he can get points on the Rams. Sorry, he can get points on the Rams. If Rams beat Seattle, he can get some points.
Yeah, but it's still not going to be enough.
ESPN fixture crap. It's tough to read.
Yeah, it really is annoying as hell. But we got Jeremy's picks. So we'll do that. Then we'll get to you. Jeremy also picked the Seahawks. And so, but he had Jacksonville over Houston and then Seattle over Chicago. So Seattle going through, he could get a couple of more points. And of course, the big one, I mean, is who you get the champion. Soul, our girl who's on vacation, or at least, visiting family and everything down there, Mexico area. But she had the Buffalo Bills over the Chargers and then had Chicago over Seattle. So got points for Seattle getting in, but unfortunately, her point run is completed and done. But then, Josh, I mean, for your picks, you got Denver over Jacksonville, so you still have a chance.
Come on, Jared.
Yeah, you really need Jared Stidham to do some magic, pull it out of his ass.
Not Jared from Subway, Jared Stidham.
Yeah, not Jared diddle him.
There he goes.
Jared Stidham. But you do have Seattle defeating Chicago, so you can get some more points from Seattle if they win. So the Broncos, Seattle win, and then you get the championship. You're in like Flint.
Yeah.
But the bracket that should have been, God damn it, it still sucks, man. So this was the second bracket I picked. Got everything right except Denver. I thought I had the Buffalo Bills over Denver. That didn't happen. But I do have New England over Buffalo. So Patriots, I mean, not that it's de facto, but it's a very good chance that they are going to win that match. But then I got Seattle over the Rams. So a near perfect bracket. That it's weird. It got deleted, Josh. It got deleted. What happened there? We were able to fill out two brackets, and then one got deleted. I'm not saying conspiracy, but some people out there are saying it. They're saying it's kind of weird. No,
it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. No, I was, as you had, kind of responded, and this was before any of them started. That it was a default setting that we could put in two brackets. And I should have just looked at it and messaged you, be like, hey, this is the bracket I want. Honestly didn't know you were going to delete it, but luckily it's still in there. But yeah, man, I'm still counting. I'm still counting it. I'm still fucking counting it, man.
It's all right. I think one, the MLS bracket that I said that I wanted the Red Bulls to go all the way. And then and then Sol was like, hey, do you know they're the 8th seed? I was like, oh, I didn't know the seedings. And then that bracket that I picked actually did really well. I think it might even won. And she goes, nope, you got to stick with that one. So that's where the rules stood for. Yes. Am I throwing Sol under the bus maybe a little bit? Possibly, but that's kind of how we did it.
Yeah. Oh, no, definitely. And it was one of those things. It was like after the game started, or maybe like even after the first round, I thought about it. I was like, oh, shit, I should have told him that was the one I felt stronger about. But regardless, it's still a risk. I mean, because within that one, picking the defending champs to lose in the wild card against the 49ers, I mean, that's a tough trust right there. And then the Jaguars, who looked like they had the hot hand. A lot of people picked them. Did Justin not fill out a bracket? I didn't see it on there.
I maybe not got around to it. I thought he did. But
okay, let me double check on that list. And if you did, apologies, Justin. Apologies for your team. Unfortunately, your season's done. It really does suck because this could have been one of the years, and with that coaching change, who knows what it's going to look like.
It's the first year you didn't have to compete against Lamar or Burrow or Mahomes.
Yeah, he did not fill one out. But I mean, also, Burrow and that defense wasn't doing shit.
No.
Mahomes and all the injuries we had, mid to late season. I mean, it just wasn't going to be. I mean, we would
even if the Ravens made the playoffs, I didn't see them beating the Texans anyway.
Yeah. Right. And maybe it's, all for the better because now we do have a little bit of a shakeup. And, we'll wrap up at the end of the show with the win percentages and maybe what that looks like for next week. But to kind of segue to the coaches, we have 10 coach changes in the league.
Yeah.
That is insane. Absolutely insane. Yeah. Go ahead, bud.
I'll go over the coaches in a second, but the Sean McDermott of it all, because the Tomlin, Harbaugh, we kind of saw that happening throughout the season. McDermott was a question mark because they still won. They still won at Jacksonville, and they were banged up on defense. So they were like, I don't know. And people were still to this day, as days gone on, they're still surprised that McDermott was let go. And he'll probably find a new landing spot.
Yeah.
Never made it to the Super Bowl, but Andy Reid never won a Super Bowl when he was with Philly. Then he goes to Kansas City, kind of works out. So who knows where Sean McDermott's going to go, but he's definitely going to be a coach next year. But for a crazy stat for you, 36 coaches have won the Super Bowl of the 32 that were hired after the start of the Super Bowl era. Here's a breakdown of what year on job they won their first title. Their first year, 4. Second year, 8. Third year, 4. Fourth year, 7. Fifth year, 5th. Fifth year, 5. 6, 1, 7, 1, 8, 1, 14th, 1. Of the 7 remaining coaches without a Super Bowl title with their current team, here's what season they are in. The first is Ben Johnson, Mike Vrabel. Second, Mike McDonald. Third, D'Amico Ryans, Sean Payton. Ninth, Kyle Shanahan, Sean McDermott. So with that stat, they're basically saying, I think we've gone as far as we can with this situation. And didn't have it. Kyle Shanahan's at least gotten to multiple Super Bowls, hasn't won it. And he had a lot more excuses this year than Sean McDermott did because he didn't have – you thought Bills were banged up? The San Francisco 49ers, like there was no – all their defensive players were up in a booth. And him and John Lynch are a pretty decent tandem. So with McDermott, there was some shaky things going on. And they had some really weird losses this year too. And you have arguably the best quarterback in the league. Like Brock Purdy isn't going out there and doing what Josh Allen, Lamar, and Patrick Mahomes can do. And then Burrow's right there. I don't care if Lamar still sucks. I might ban you one day. I don't know. It's a good thing I like your ass.
Yeah. But yeah, with the coach vacancies, Sean McDermott is out after 9 seasons. You also had the Cleveland Browns get rid of Kevin Stefanski after 6 seasons being there. Jonathan Gannon with the Cardinals was gone after 3 seasons. Mike McDaniel, honestly, it doesn't feel like it was 4 seasons.
It wasn't 4?
4 seasons, man. It's crazy.
I was there that long? Dude, did you see my suit that I was wearing when I was sitting coach the other day? Pretty fly, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he does get released from the Miami Dolphins. And then Raheem Morris, after 2 seasons, released from the Falcons, which that is one of the new hires, is Kevin Stefanski from the Browns moving over there.
I think that's a really good hire. Uh-oh, we got a block punt, and we got a touchdown, Indiana.
Gosh. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. You're good. We got you with the big plays right here. Yeah, and they almost had an interception. That's what I was responding to earlier. Went right off the hands of the linebacker.
And Cignetti's still trying to figure out how to stop Batman. I swear to you guys, look at Cignetti sometimes on the sidelines. And I feel like he can. He's like like Riddler's dad. He just reminds me of the Riddler, like an old Riddler. He's a handle. Yeah, he's a twisty mustache twirler. The way he. Just
put the bowling cap, the green bowling cap on him. Yeah. You can see it. Oh, he's an Indiana fan? Mark Cuban?
He is a Indiana grad, not just a fan.
Yeah.
So if you're asking where did Indiana get all this money? That guy.
Yeah, seriously. He bought the team. But yeah, Stefanski, really good fit there at Atlanta. Well, hopefully we'll see, what that does for Bijan Robinson. Maybe Michael Pitts will come back. They got Drake London. Who knows what the quarterback situation is going to be?
Mm-hmm.
Now, with that one, they've also interviewed a list of candidates for the general manager position, but have yet to make a hire. And sure, Stefanski's probably in the midst, kind of a part of that. But the Falcons did hire former quarterback Matt Ryan to be the new president of football operations. So a lot of changes there in Atlanta, I think for the better. We'll see what Matt Ryan, how he does kind of in that. I mean, he definitely is a, celebrity and, one of the legends there with the Falcons. We'll see how Lynch, I mean, even though, he's maybe more, connected to the Broncos, but, just some of these former players kind of stepping into these positions, might very well work out. But anyways, so it was more of the firings. Brian Daboll, after 3+ seasons with the New York Giants, because he was interim for a good portion of one, gets released from the New York Giants. Their season, man, I mean, it was, they start off 2-8. There was some good flashes. I think they've got talent there. That was just a rough one with a lot of injuries and everything of that nature. But John Harbaugh has taken that over, and we'll get to his firing here in a second. But John Harbaugh signed a 10-year contract, I believe.
$100 million.
$100 million.
Like
yeah.
He doesn't. One of the things was he doesn't report to the GM. He goes anytime he wants to do something, he goes straight to the boss.
Yeah.
Which is another thing of. Sorry, I was trying to watch that play. Okay.
Yeah,
but yeah, so he's bringing something that the Giants haven't had in a while, which is structure.
Mm-hmm.
But you talk about the cover not being bare. The cover's not bare. They got Jackson Dart and the juggernaut, Cam. Now, you might have Cam for another 5 games. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I thought that it's going to be an interesting hire. So we're going to figure out, was it Harbaugh? Was it the Ravens? Or are the Giants just that incompetent?
Yeah. Or did he just really want to get away from his brother's conference? I mean, Jim comes to the AFC after being in the NFC, with the 49ers previously. And then as soon as he gets in, the brother's like, I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to the NFC. So, but yeah, no, we shall see. Joe Schoen is the general manager of New York. So we'll see how that looks like. But I mean, I think that's a good, for him staying, that's good because, depending on how much say he had in the draft, he did well because everybody's looking at Jackson Dart and wishing that they would have got him whenever they had the chance. But shoulda, coulda, woulda. Pete Carroll, one and done there with the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, maybe they knew he wasn't going to be there for that long, but Tom Brady is a minority owner. And, so we'll see what that looks like. It looks like one of the worst situations to walk into for any coach. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to kind of see what happens there, kind of with the overhaul. Will they hold on to his name's escaping me, the defensive back,
Max Crosby?
Yeah, Crosby, yeah, lineman, yeah. Will they keep him, or will they kind of salvage some picks and a trade for him to a team that actually has a chance of doing something? Kansas City Chiefs, that'd be great. But the Baltimore Ravens, all right, you got to talk about your boy there. They released John Harbaugh after 18 seasons. And I believe the owner was on record saying that, they would have kept him one more week if they did win. But no matter what, he was going to be gone essentially.
Yeah.
He also said it would be funny if Mike Tomlin was the head coach, but he would only do that if John Harbaugh went and took the Pittsburgh Steelers job. But man, for your Ravens, I mean, Lamar Jackson, I mean, what does that kind of mean for him in this?
It means that, it was either Harbaugh or Lamar, and Lamar was hurt all season. He was off. Something was wrong. His usage of of Derrick Henry was questionable all damn season.
Yeah.
I know he's not the offensive coordinator, but at the end of the day, the buck stops there. Like, you're still going to be like Harbaugh. Like, you have to at least talk to Todd Monken, be like, you have Derrick Henry, figure it out. But that roster was way too good to be as bad as they were. So they had it. So yeah, the change was inevitable. I mean, I would love to see that offense in a Mike McDaniel offense. I don't want him as a coach because I don't think he's a good coach overall, like a head coach. But I think he'd be a great offensive coordinator. So we shall see how that transpires.
Yep. Yeah, Miami's moving a little bit right now.
Yeah, they are.
Bit of a game in our hands, folks.
Peeking back over, I'm like trying to make my point, but still be like, oh,
yeah,
gosh.
no, you're good. You're good. I could tell. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to kind of see what happens with that. But speaking of, there we go. The Ravens, they do lose their running back coach, and that was Eric Bieniemy. And so he has signed with the Kansas City Chiefs as the offensive coordinator once again. And honestly, I kind of like it. It was one of those things where it looked like they were kind of, getting him ready to, for head coaching opportunities, even possibly there at Kansas City. But him and Mahomes did not get along. I think it was just one of the things that, he was just a hard-nosed coach and just really tough on a lot of people. Maybe didn't have, exercise a whole lot of grace or kind of tact, maybe with how he handled situations or players. But clearly with the Chiefs, that's what we need, specifically in our running back room. And really our offense.
You also need a Breece Hall, but that's no here nor there.
Oh my God. Yeah. I would have rather just given a third round pick for him. That would have been absolutely incredible. But yeah, so we'll see kind of what that brings. And if him and Mahomes can kind of bury the hatchet a little bit and get along. But we are burying the hatchet on the third quarter, baby. Let's go. Fourth quarter. We're going to it. It's 7-17.
I will say, going back to the coordinators, they haven't hired one, but the Chargers did not hold on to Greg Romans.
Yeah.
And they interviewed Arthur Smith today. And if anyone knows how I feel about Arthur Smith, it's not good. But statistically, his offenses do well. Statistically, they do. Yep. For as a fantasy football player, I hate him.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if you have Maureen Hampton, you better trade.
If you have Maureen Hampton, who's the other guy that came on late? Brian, somebody help me out. Vidal. Yeah. Just make him a first round draft pick if he goes there. Just take him in the first round. Might as well. And people are like, oh, you reached. I'm like, oh, I'll give you a Kenneth Gainwell and a Tyler Algier reason of why Omar Hampton is not going to do shit. And Vidal's going to get all the carries.
Yeah. And
but they interviewed, they didn't hire him, but I just want to get my nugget out. I want to get a little rant in. Now we can continue.
Well, I love it because Arthur Smith, he offensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they released Mike Tomlin after 19 seasons of being mediocre and winning one championship.
Hey, but he never was under 500.
Which
is insane.
Yeah. I mean, great stat, but terrible for the resume because, people want to win. They don't want to just barely make it. And for them, that was always kind of a little bit of the dichotomy is, hey, you're going to get into the playoffs, but you're not going to get a good draft pick. And so even with their draft picks, they were hit and miss, really. I think, they had some of the good ones like Pickens and such of that nature that aren't there. I mean, the decent ones they had, they traded. They brought in some older talent to, try to have a little less hoorah for Aaron Rodgers. It obviously didn't work out, but after 19 seasons, of course, the story there is that, the Steelers, their last three coaches, have been there for, 18 plus seasons. And so absolutely incredible longevity since 1969. But yeah, it's time for a change. And also it's time for a change in Tennessee. Brian Callahan, won in some change seasons. gets released, and they definitely are pissed at themselves that they probably got rid of Mike Vrabel at this point. But so the cookie crumbles. But yeah, that is the 10 vacancies that happened. 2 of them getting filled. Josh,
3 of them got filled, actually.
Hmm?
The Dolphins hired defensive coordinator from the Green Bay Packers, Jeff Hafley.
Ooh, when did that
earlier
happen?
today.
Yeah.
It happened about 5 hours ago.
Yeah, Jeff Hafley.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay.
So congratulations to him. For those who want to know his resume, that was probably the best. The past 2 years, he's been the defense coordinator for the Green Bay Packers, and that's the most competent I've ever seen the Green Bay Packers. Now, getting Micah Parsons on your team really, really, really helps.
Yeah, but they also only had him for half a season.
Yeah, and touchdown Miami. But he was head coach at Boston College. They weren't that great because he just didn't have the players. And he said, "Screw it. I'm just going to go be a coordinator in the NFL because I'm not dealing with this NIL transfer portal stuff." Mm-hmm. And he's been pretty solid. So, and if we were like, well, why would you hire this guy? Well, they now have a new GM, and the new GM was the vice whatever for the Green Bay Packers. So as we've talked about before, it's always best when the coach and the GM can get along.
Yeah, so Packers executive John Eric Sullivan. Is he a serial killer because he has 3 names? I don't know. We'll find out. But
Bryce Dallas Howard is it? I mean, she outran a T-Rex in high heels. That's some psychotic crap.
I mean, she does kill it. Not too shabby of a director, right?
No,
there with the Mandalorian series.
She's it's weird. I wonder where she gets that from.
Yeah.
No.
Probably the same place she gets her red hair from. But Ryan Moss in the chat says, Bills give up a higher pick. They could have had Waddle. That might have changed things. Yeah. Yeah, seriously, man. I mean, yeah, just like we're talking about with Kansas City, and Breece Hall. Yeah. Then also talking about Kansas City. KC get that run game back now. Man, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see what maybe we can do in the draft or, kind of swing some of the picks. I don't know. Is Breece Hall still an option? I mean, is he free agent or is he getting released? Like, because I know it was a trade option during the season. But yeah, I mean, we need to get a ground and pound back because we need something that will
he's a
firmly establish. He's free agent.
Yeah,
let's go.
He's a free agent.
For
our dynasty league, yes, go to the Chiefs.
Yeah, please. Yeah, exactly.
That'll help our running back depth.
Oh my God, dude, that was so good. Oh, Bijan Robinson and Breece Hall with the Chiefs. Yeah. But I mean, with the Bieniemy there, he did after he left the Chiefs. He was offensive coordinator there with the Commanders, I believe. Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Yep, can remember the former coach, Latino coach, but then he actually
Ron Rivera.
Ron Rivera, thank you. But he did serve under Ben Johnson there in Chicago, or no, who did he? It wasn't Ben Johnson, but he was the Chicago for a little bit too.
I remember seeing it. I don't know. Let me scroll through. I got Shefty up here, so give me a second. I'll get there.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. I do have his Wikipedia kind of lined up.
Come on, where are you?
Let's see. No, he recently was. Okay, so Commanders. Then he went to UCLA. Okay, so it was. Sorry, my apologies. It was not the Ravens. It was the Bears that he served with. I don't know why I was thinking that he, was working there with Derrick Henry, but yeah, he was with the Bears this last year, 2025, and I guess still is until he signed. Once they lost that match. So yeah, I mean, hopefully he kind of gets some young ideas from Ben Johnson, who looks like he could very well be starting his own tree. Kind of a coaching just with his talent and was almost kind of McVay-esque.
Wouldn't he still be claimed as an Andy Reid guy though? The enemy.
No, yeah, no, Bieniemy, yeah. I'm talking about Ben Johnson. Just almost kind of seemed like it's a McVay kind of situation. Where he's, just going to be kind of spurring off a lot of people. Shanahan as well. Mike Shanahan. Kind of seems like a little bit of a savant, and just kind of with that young age, really kind of be able to find some younger talent and bring them in. And then honestly, like after they prove themselves 2-3 years, they're probably going to be getting head coaching positions because we've got a lot to fill. And who knows who's going to come out of college? Who knows who's going to come from other locations? Coordinator wise, Cliff Kingsbury. Honestly, I think he probably deserves another shot at being a head coach. I don't know if I mentioned it in the chats, but I was just I think I did somewhere. Sorry, but wouldn't be surprised if you start hearing Lincoln Riley's name kind of get thrown around. Now I thought you
said that in the Discord. You threw that out there.
Yeah,
there's so many coaching that they would have to dip their toe in the college coaching carousel. Technically, Jeff Hafley isn't a college coach, but he was a head coach 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I guess at this point. But he was a head coach and did diddly poo. But it's sometimes you can be the best coach ever if you don't have the players, you can't do anything.
Yeah, and also the Lincoln Riley is a little bit of a bait. I was hoping somebody would say something about his contract. Because he is under contract with USC until 2031. But when has Lincoln Riley ever given a shit about a contract he just signed? Speaking from an Oklahoma fan here. Hey, let's sign a 5-year contract and then just fucking dip out and take Caleb Williams with us.
Have you seen the weather there?
The weather here is great too. It was 80 degrees on Christmas. Oh, what about your property taxes? How are they looking over there in California? Fucking chump.
When you get paid that much.
Yeah. Whenever you get paid $10 million. I'm sorry, we gave him $8 million on this contract, but he wanted $10 million. But he's going to need that extra $2 million to pay for all the property taxes and damages from all the fires and shit that California doesn't know how to manage well. But anyways, yeah.
So I'm going to give you an obscure stat.
Yeah, I like him.
Your obscure stat of the day. This person is tied with the second most conference championship games in NFL history. He is tied with Joe Montana,
Okay. So it's a quarterback.
Joe Montana, Patrick Mahomes, and Roger Staubach with 7. His name is Jimmy effing Garoppolo.
Yeah.
Just weird.
Just hangs around, man. Yeah, hangs around, and then at that time, with the 49ers, nobody was really doing shit in the NFC.
No.
I mean, it wasn't like Dak or the Cowboys really getting anywhere.
In their own way.
Yeah. Yeah, just getting in their own way. But it's also like some of that was pre-Dak. Prescott there for them. Off defensive pass interference, little tug.
That was totally a
defensive holding.
Hole, but, just don't call that.
Yeah.
I'm going for it.
Yeah. Wow. He's going timeout, maybe to give the booth a little bit of time to review that.
Yeah, he's timing out. Well, you can't review a non-call.
I know, but they can still do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah,
they're referees, and you get that council of the 13, politicians. I mean, sports fans. They can do whatever the fuck they want. It's just like with the NFL. Like, it's not like even earlier in this game. Like, that's the guy's really down because his knee hit. We'll let it slide, even though we know that's wrong. They're gonna do what they want, anyways. Anything else on coaching?
No, that's pretty much all I got.
Yeah. Injuries, of course. Bo Nix is the biggest one right now.
Yeah.
Last week we also had George Kittle go down and out for the season.
And then Zach Charbonnet.
Yeah.
Even though he's a backup, he's still a very important piece of that offense.
Yeah. And honestly, will be very missed probably against the Rams, who are going to scheme very hard against, Kenneth Walker III, but also in the Super Bowl. Because even though the Rams have a good defense. It's their offense that, is really, potent and really kind of puts a lot of pressure. But the Patriots and the Broncos defense, god damn, dude. I mean, that's tough. And defense wins championships. So
It's weird. All 4 teams have good defenses.
it's crazy.
The best one's out because that offense was terrible.
Yeah.
I just really wanted Houston to do well, man, because that defense was just so fun to watch.
It was. They were, man. I mean, flying to the ball, everything of that nature. But they are out, and unfortunately, some people are out on this bracket bitches competition. And here is the tale of our tape. So, worst is first. So 34.7%. Jeremy Miller. That's what he has the capability of getting remaining wise. And then Souls is kind of tied with him there, 34.7. So it looks like they will be eliminated. And then myself and GIF and Ryan are tied with 47.4%. Me and GIF are holding on to that Rams pick. But Ryan, I mean, very well could make a big leap if the Seattle Seahawks win this next week. Mabes, you are holding on by a Stidham thread. For the Broncos to be able to win this next week, and then also going to the Super Bowl. But even though he has no chance of getting the champion, it looks like Jason, bye Bryce, noted Carolina Panthers fan, and Bryce Young hater, having 80.7% so far. But that will dwindle down. Mabes, I mean, who are you thinking is going to win this, and why do you think it's me?
Well, it's not going to be me. If anybody ever knows the history of this whole dang on series, I don't win it. So, sorry, Broncos fans, I screwed you as far as that's concerned. And somehow
you're the reason why Nick's got hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he caught that.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap! What a catch!
Yeah.
It was a solid throw too, but he still had to make a daggone good catch. It's congratulations to New England and the Los Angeles Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a catch. Congratulations to those guys. Since I picked Denver and Seattle, that's not going to happen. I am that person. So if everybody just hammer the money lines and put all the money on the 2 teams I do not have in the Super Bowl. Or whoever's gonna
he's liable. He's liable.
Whoever's gonna end up with, like, even if your team makes it, I'm going to lose by 2 points because the other team that, like Seattle, you're screwed. You're definitely screwed. No, Denver. I have Denver winning. Sorry. No, do I have Seattle? I don't remember. Frick. One of those 2 teams, you're screwed.
Here, let's bring it up, man. Because you do have Seattle.
I have Denver. So
you have Denver winning it all, but you have Seattle playing them.
So
the Super Bowl.
The Broncos, you are definitely screwed. You're already screwed when Bo Nix went down. It might be my fault that Bo Nix went down. Who knows? But
I love it. It's going to be exciting regardless. I mean, we've had such great football, the past couple of weekends with wild card, having some overtimes and some nail biters there. Last second field goals, this week, 2 overtime games. And last second touchdowns by Caleb Williams. I mean, it's what we love and honestly kind of live for. So it is kind of sad that this is kind of coming to an end. I mean, tonight is going to be the end of college football. And here in a few weeks, it's going to be the end of professional football or the NFL. And really until the NFL draft, where we get to see some of these college players stepping up. So, I mean, for the college, aspect of it, man, I mean, who are you really looking forward to? Who do you want to declare themselves for the draft? But who do you know that has declared and that you're excited to maybe have an opportunity to pick up in a dynasty or maybe even just a regular fantasy league next year?
Jeremiah Love.
Yep.
And Carnell Tate. I want to see where they go. Mainly Jeremiah Love as a running back, because I mean, it's not the whole list, but you saw what the rookie running backs did this year. Most of them, I mean, like 6 of them, they were all pretty daggone solid. We went through all of them. I mean, they weren't MVP number worthy, but they produced. So I'm interested to see where Jeremiah Love goes and how high he really goes for that. So Yeah, just Jeremiah Love and Carnell Tate. I mean, Fernando will probably go 1-1 to the Raiders unless something crazy happens. But, I mean, Dante Moore, he was like, screw that. He's getting paid $7 million. He's getting paid more than he would be if he was taking like 8th overall.
Rookie, yeah. So taking those rookie contracts.
Right.
Yeah, Carson Beck, though, looks like he's going to be declaring Ty Simpson. But then, kind of for the skill positions, you said Carnell Tate, wide receiver out of Ohio State. Jordan Tyson, wide receiver out of Arizona State. Jeremiah Love, Notre Dame, running back. Kenyon Sadiq, tight end out of Oregon. Tight ends, man, they've been on the rise. And I mean, if Bowser and Laporta, Loveland,
Warren.
Warren. I mean, these guys are indications that tight ends are very valid.
Godston and at Chargers.
Yep, Godston. Yeah, with the Chargers. And so I mean, you got Kittle, but he's my God,
there's something in the air tonight. The stars are bright. Fernando.
That is the highlight run of his college career.
Holy crap.
Biggest stage, one of the biggest moments, and does a Josh Allen-esque run into the end zone. Like, wow.
And it was 4th and 5 when they really didn't need to even go for it.
Yeah.
You just put the ball in the guy's hands.
Yeah. But, man, a big shot in the back. Hopefully that doesn't have any back spasms or any ramifications for it. But, yeah. And then the field goal is good. We do have to say that now because people are missing field goals, man.
Right.
Maybe we need to get some better kickers out of college to kind of fill in these gaps that we have in the NFL. But yeah, man, that's an exciting match. I know there's quite a bit of ball left, and we are not going to stay on for the entirety of it. But Josh, anything else for the fine folks at home before we sign off, man?
Just thank you all for joining us. Thanks for all our Discord members for joining on the bracket bitches that we do all the time. Obviously, not too much longer from now, we're going to have the premier, the best one, the dime of brackets. March Madness is coming up there, so obviously stay tuned for that one. We still got Rev Sports Wrap It Up coming at you on Wednesdays. We've got me and Justin Toner breaking down all the world of wrestling. On Thursdays, we've got me and Soul and probably going to be Ryan as well, and hopefully the other Discord members in the first Friday of February when we break down The Watchmen.
Hey, nice.
So
switching to graphic novels.
Not just switch to graphic novels, but let's do a reread of a classic and see if it still holds up in a sense. It's one of my favorite, not just graphic novels. It's my favorite graphic novel of all time, much less it's the top 10 book I've ever read.
So good.
The Watchmen the movie is fine. Yeah. It's good in parts, but the book, Alan Moore
kind of drags a little bit towards the end.
Yeah. But Alan Moore, just, yes. Yeah. It's like, okay, what if The Boys was like even more in depth? Like that's what The Watchmen is. And it's and it's not the whole, like, I don't know. It just, if you haven't read the book or the graphic novel, guess what? There's a lot of pictures in it. Okay, number one.
Yeah, me sold.
It's not a lot of pictures in it. Number two, it's just extremely well written.
Nice. Pictures over words. I might join this one.
Right. Right.
Yeah. But yeah, that is awesome, man. We appreciate you guys. You all have a beautiful day. The bracket that should have won.